So now this is where we're getting the tips, tricks, and tactics. Hey everybody out there, this is Kevin O'Connell, founder of FYN Creative. Many of you watching, friends, family, and close network of mine, you already know that, and you're probably thinking, what the hell are you doing more video? But I've been sitting on this for the last 3 months and trying to figure out how do I package and deliver and talk about everything that I read, watch, and actually play around with on my phone here as it relates to social media, as well as on a personal, professional level, both with my business and my clients. And so here we are. Yes, I don't have my partner in crime, Courtney, here. She's doing her own thing, starting her own blog endeavor over on Medium, so go check that out. But what we're going to do here, and we have no better name for it, but I do have to thank my buddy Sham, is we're calling it the official social media recap show. So what does that mean? My attempt every Friday to deliver updates on what's going on the 4 or 5 major social media platforms, how to use them. So tips, tricks, and tactics, and then also an account, campaign, piece of content to check out that you actually might get some inspiration and ideas from. So that's what we're gonna get into, so let's jump right into it. So a lot has happened in the last week. Right before the holidays, it was Snapchat making an update, then Instagram, then Twitter, and now we're right back in it. So just this week, since Monday, we had Snapchat come out with an update where you can now search and do a quick chat, is what they're calling it, right on the top bar. And then the second thing is they are consistently working in the bit emoji into Snapchats. So you can literally see your little emoji right in the top left-hand corner, go in there and edit it, add it to all your different snaps. So they're completely trying to embed that. But that's not the biggest update. The next one, Twitter, they did something a little bit small, and I think I understand what the play is here. But basically, they have down in the bar here, which we're going to put up a screenshot, is they changed it from moments to now explore. So you have your Twitter search, you have your trending hashtags, you have your different accounts to follow, all right there. But of course, at the very top is the most publicly viewed Twitter live stream. So again, the whole trend of live video, they want you to go right there and see it, and it's all right in front of you. The next thing, there's been some rumors and some official news that has come out. Facebook, again, is hijacking Snapchat. You thought they just did it with Instagram. You will start to see on some of your accounts, they're trying to introduce Facebook stories. Literally a carbon copy of Snapchat and carbon copy of what they created with Instagram. For many of you that don't know that, Facebook bought out Instagram a couple of years ago, so they are one big company. So really, Facebook is trying to just basically steal the whole Snapchat audience and put it right there. I personally think it's way too much. As a social media practitioner, I think it's, I'm trying to balance putting out content on Snapchat and Instagram stories. They're very similar storytelling matters. I think they should leave Facebook alone and let it just be its news feed and community and way to get news and share what you're doing with your friends and family and businesses. So I don't know if it's a good play or not, but you'll see something pop up. It's an aggressive play. The last thing that I want to talk about as far as updates is Instagram is going all in, again, competing with Snapchat. They've done 2 really cool things this week is they have created an ads platform. So some of you might have noticed they tested out within their own internal platform. So what they did is they snuck in a little Instagram ad on how to use Instagram stories and a couple other things so that you could see in the little bottom right hand corner it was an ad, and that came up in between as you're watching stories. The next thing they did is they are really upping their analytics game. I really like what they're doing here to set some benchmarks for your business account. But what they did is they created a whole analytics platform on the mobile device right now that you can actually check out how many people are watching your first story to your end story, and what does your retention rate look like. But you can do that all there. So now this is where we're getting the tips, tricks, and tactics. Sorry for the trip up. Basically, you're probably asking, well, why are analytics important to me? Or how do I get analytics? Well, the first thing you got to do is you have to have a business account. So you can go right in onto your Instagram account, go into the little pinwheel and check it out, and you can try Instagram tools. The catch though is you have to have a Facebook page to hook it into. So if you have a Facebook page and your Instagram account is the same, you want to link them together. That's how you get the little contact bar. And from there, you'll notice 3 little graphs, and you can click on that and start seeing your metrics for your posts that you put on Instagram as well as your stories. The unique thing here, and I mentioned it a couple seconds ago, is retention rate. What does that even mean, and why is it even important? So retention rate is how many people have opened up your first story, and then how many people watched the last story. And so basically you take that first number, let's say it's 50, and then 50 people viewed that first story, you have 5 other stories, the last story they viewed 30. You divide those, you get your engagement rate, times it by 100, that's your retention rate, I'm sorry, and you basically can start to benchmark what's working. Is it point of view? Is it selfie style? Is it stills? Is it boomerang? Is it video? You can decide, is your story, is it creating an arc, and are people really intrigued in what you're doing on your business account? This also helps because you can then go to your leadership or to your team and say, hey guys, here is how we're growing Instagram, and this is why Instagram stories even matters. So I really want you to try that out. I also will link up right here. I did a whole video last year on how to get your engagement rate on Instagram, so check that video out as well. And to close it out, I want to leave every video with either content to check out that we really like and recommend to get inspiration from, a campaign, or an account. And so I'm going to start something really local here. I live right outside of DC in Old Town Alexandria. The account that I want to share with you guys, because I think many of you that either work in small business, work in a local town or community, on a college campus, anywhere that there's a lot going on and you have to tell stories in multiple facets, check out Visit ALXVA. It is the Visit Alexandria Instagram account. I will link it up and share some screenshots here. But they do a phenomenal job of not only curating user-generated content of Old Town, but they actually will go through and feature the most seasonal pictures and kind of nooks and crannies of Old Town, share all the businesses and the promotions and restaurants and things going on. But the really cool thing they started doing with their Instagram stories is they will actually, it's almost like a walking tour every day. They will go around different parts of Alexandria and get you into the shops, into the art galleries, into the restaurants, into the bars. And actually you can, basically a quick behind the scenes of who the owner is and what's going on and what they're serving up or what their discounts are. It's really fascinating way, and whether you're in that kind of tourism market or you're in showcasing everything that's going on a college campus or within a greater city, I would highly recommend checking this out. So this is my first stab at this. I have no idea if you've made it this far, but if you have and you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you're watching on Facebook, please give a like, a share, or just some comments. Should we call this something else other than the official social media recap show? I'm looking for something creative to obviously go along with what we're doing with FYN Creative and our clients. But until next time, Kevin signing out, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something and can do something with this. Thanks.